Hi, and welcome to part 2 of how to enroll in courses. Now, as we learned in our first video, the degree checklist will help you determine which classes you still need. This is my degree checklist, and for spring of 22, I'm choosing to take Comp 1, Speech, and Principles of Biology. Now, you'll notice the course codes at the beginning of each class name. It's helpful to write those down, and you'll see why here in just a minute when we go to search for our courses. Another thing to keep in mind is when you're selecting your courses, there will be courses that have what we call prerequisites and co-requisites. Prerequisites means that there is another course or another condition that you have to meet before you can enroll in that class. And we'll look here in just a minute on how you can determine if a course has a prerequisite. A co-requisite is when you're required to take two courses at the same time. So, for example, if we look at taking a science, which I am going to look at taking Principles of Biology, all of your sciences have a lab course that you must also enroll into. And again, we'll look here in just a minute to show you how you can determine if your course has a co-requisite. Another thing to think about is you always want to make sure that you're getting your English courses and your math course done as early in your college career as possible. As you can see from my degree checklist, I've put those off for a while, so I need to go ahead and get those on my schedule because those two subjects are utilized in almost every other course that I will take while here at Seminole State. Okay, now let's take a look at how you actually enroll to courses. Pull up a web browser and go to the Seminole State website and then click on My SSC OK at the top. You'll be prompted to use your login, which is going to be your Seminole State email and password. On this screen, just click on Proceed with Login and click the red student button in the top left. Next, you'll go to My Advising and Registration, and then over on the right, click on Add Drop Courses. Now you'll notice on my screen, your current term shows to be the fall. When you go to Add Drop Courses, you're going to want to make sure that this drop down says Spring. Right now, I cannot select Spring because they haven't opened it yet. But when you go to enroll next week, you'll have the spring option to choose. This box here is how you can search for courses. You can use any of these selection factors to find the course you're looking for. You can also click on more search options, and that'll give you more criteria to narrow down your search. If you just choose search from here, that will give you a list of every single course that is offered in that semester that you have selected at the top. So to look at my first course, I'm going to use the course code that I wrote down from my degree checklist earlier. And let's look at biology. So I need biology 1214, so I'm going to scroll down here to biology 1214. I see that I have all these different options, but there's only this one online option. Now, we talked a little bit about prerequisites and co-requisites, and this class will be a great example of both. If I click on the hyperlink here for the course, it'll give me a lot of more information pertaining to this course. The first thing I want to point out is here in the course description, it details what our prerequisite is for this course. So this means that I have to have an ACT Science subscore of at least 19 or clear basic academic skills deficiency in elementary algebra and reading. As long as I meet one of those two criteria, I can enroll into this course. If I do not meet this criteria, I have to take classes or placement testing to satisfy those prerequisites before I can enroll. Now we'll also see here that we have a co-requisite. So as I mentioned before, because this is a science class, I also have to enroll in Principles of Biology lab. Now when you look up your spring courses, there will be add boxes over here. So if I were to enroll myself right now, I would click on the add box here, the add box of the lab that I need, and then go down to the bottom and click add course. We'll see those features here in just a minute when we look for speech. So now let's look for our speech course. Again, it pulls up all of the courses that start with that course code prefix, I see I have an online course here, and this was that box I was just talking about. So if you click that box, scroll to the bottom, click Add Courses, that will add the course to your schedule. And then we have one more course. Let's look at math. Now math is another one of those that it's going to have prerequisites. So let's get to the next page because I need Math 1523. So let's click on Math 1523 and see what our prerequisites are. Okay, for this math, our prerequisites are an ACT math subscore of at least 19, or a score of 70 or better on the STEM Division Intermediate Algebra Placement Test, or a score of 30 or better on the STEM Division Math rubric. Again, if you don't know if you meet these prerequisites or not, reach out to our office so that we can look at your record and help you determine if you meet those prerequisites before you enroll. Now, once you get to the point where you have all of the courses that you want to enroll into on your schedule, please be sure that you click this Email Your Advisor link. By doing so, that alerts us here in the Online Degree Office that you have enrolled in courses. We will go review those courses and either approve them or deny them. Once we do that, we will email you either your schedule with all of your approved courses or email you with an explanation as to why we did not approve one of your course selections. Please be sure that you watch your Seminole State email for that correspondence so that you can ensure that you're getting enrolled into the courses that you need. A couple of more tips about enrolling. You'll want to think about the course load that you're taking when you're selecting your classes. You know the number of credit hours of each course by this last number of the course code. So this speech course is 3 credit hours. You want to be sure that you don't overload yourself with courses, but that you take enough courses so that you can graduate in the time frame that you wish to graduate in. All right, that is it. So if you have any questions at all, need any help, don't hesitate to call or email us. Our email is online@sscok.edu, and our phone number is 405-382-9577.